You know those trading days? The ones where you feel like you just can't lose? Every single trade you put on is a winner and you feel totally invincible. Well, what if I told you that those perfect days are actually the ones most likely to completely destroy your account? Today, we're diving into what's known as the perfect trading day paradox.
I mean, this quote, it really hits home for a lot of traders, right? It just sounds so wrong. We're all taught to ride our winners, to press our edge when we have it. But the data tells a totally different story, especially in the super fast-paced world of things like zero DTE options. That incredible high you feel in the morning can turn into a crushing account-ending low before you even know what happened.
So how in the world does this happen? What's the actual mechanism here? How does a day that's filled with nothing but winning trades become the very thing that sets you up for a catastrophic loss? Well, it's a paradox that has caught out countless traders, and really getting a handle on it is one of the keys to long-term survival. So let's break it down.
To really get this paradox, you got to look under the hood of what a good day even is. It's usually a day where the market is just ripping in one direction. Maybe volatility is low, and every single one of your signals, your setups, they're all firing off perfectly. You feel like a genius. You feel unstoppable. But that feeling, that's what's masking a really dangerous buildup of hidden risk.
And here's the thing that's so important to understand. The core of this problem isn't just about your psychology. It's not just about you getting overconfident or greedy. The real trap here is structural. It's actually baked into the very market conditions that are making you feel so successful in the first place.
So, this slide basically lays out the 5-step road to ruin that so many traders walk down without even realizing it. It starts great. Trades win fast. Your confidence just skyrockets. And that leads to a huge change in your behavior. You start trading bigger or more often. But here's the trap. Step 4, all those extra trades are basically the exact same bet, over and over again. And that's what sets you up for the knockout punch. Step 5.
And that right there, that's what we call correlation risk. See, on a strong trend day, all the signals start to point in the same direction. So you might think you're making, say, 5 or 10 brilliant independent trades. But what's really happening? You're not spreading out your risk at all. You're just placing one giant, super concentrated bet on a single market move continuing forever. Okay, to really nail this down, let's see how this plays out with a simple story. A simulation. Imagine we have two traders. Now, they both have the exact same winning strategy, the same statistical edge. The only difference between them is how they act on those perfect days.
All right, so on the left, we've got Trader A. Let's call them the disciplined pro. They take a fixed number of trades every single day, no matter what. And on the right, you've got Trader B, the hot hand. This trader gets excited and trades way more often when they're on a winning streak. So, who do you think comes out ahead in the long run?
Well, after we run thousands and thousands of simulations, the data is just crystal clear. Trader A, the one who stuck to their boring old rules, consistently ends up with more money. Even though Trader B had all those amazing, exciting winning streaks, their typical outcome is actually worse. It just goes to show you, discipline really does beat chasing that hot hand.
But you know what? The median, or the typical outcome, doesn't even tell the whole story. As a trader, what you really have to manage is the risk of ruin, that one catastrophic loss that can just take you out of the game for good. We call this left tail risk, and this is where Trader B's strategy just completely falls apart.
And this is where it gets really scary. In the worst 5% of outcomes, Trader B, the one who traded more on their best days, lost a staggering 66% of their capital. Just think about that. All those profits from all those hot streaks completely wiped out and then some by a single, brutal reversal. So, okay, if this is such a deadly trap, how do you avoid it? Well, professional traders, they have a playbook for this, and they follow a set of rules that are honestly pretty counterintuitive to manage their own success. On your absolute best days, when everything is working and your gut is just screaming at you to go bigger, you have to do the exact opposite. You actually cap the number of trades you'll let yourself take. Some pros even actively reduce their trade size with each new win, and you get less greedy. You start locking in those profits earlier instead of trying to squeeze every last penny out of a move. This is what active risk management looks like when risk is secretly at its highest. To really survive long-term in trading, you need to make a fundamental shift in your mindset. You literally have to rewire your brain to see a perfect day, not as this amazing opportunity to get rich quick, but as a big flashing warning sign of maximum concentrated risk.
So here it is, the key difference boiled down. The retail, or amateur mindset, is to press harder and harder when your conviction feels the highest. But the professional mindset? It understands that your moment of highest conviction is also a signal of your highest correlation risk. It's a warning light. And so, the pro's job is to cap their exposure at that exact moment.
So I'll just leave you with this question. The next time you're on a roll, the market is moving your way, every trade is a winner. What are you going to do? Are you going to press your luck and risk it all for that dopamine hit? Or are you going to protect your capital and trade like a pro? Because honestly, the choice you make in that moment, that's what will determine your long-term survival in these markets.